Thank you. We now have the Pledge of Allegiance by Board Member Ms. Cornelia Futrell.
Thank you, Chair. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. Agenda item 2.4 is a mission statement. Ms. Futrell.
Thank you. The mission of the Portsmouth Public School Division is to engage all students in learning that will foster academic excellence and responsible citizenship.
Thank you so much. Agenda item 2.5, attendance. Board Clerk.
Ms. Atkinson?
Here.
Mrs. Boone?
Here.
Dr. Cotton?
Present.
Ms. Futrell?
Here.
Ms. McSwain?
Present.
Mrs. Sessoms?
Yes.
Ms. Shoemake?
Here.
Dr. Walker?
Here.
Dr. Patillo?
Yes.
Tenant present.
Thank you so much. Agenda item 2.6, consideration of the agenda for February 19th, 2026 is listed there. I entertain a motion at this time.
Move for approval. Second.
Motion made by Ms. Shoemake, second by Ms. Futrell. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, roll call, Madam Clerk.
Ms. Atkinson?
Yes.
Mrs. Boone?
Yes.
Dr. Cotton?
Yes.
Ms. Futrell?
Yes.
Ms. McSwain?
Yes.
Ms. Sessoms?
Yes.
Ms. Shoemake?
Yes.
Dr. Walker?
Yes.
Dr. Patillo?
Yes.
The vote is unanimous.
Thank you so much. I ask now Dr. Cotton will lead us into a closed meeting.
I move that the board enter into closed meeting under the provisions of section 2.2-3711 of Code of Virginia for the following purpose. Consideration of personnel matters, including the assignment, performance, and resignation of specific school employees as permitted under subsection A.1, and consideration of a student disciplinary matter as permitted under subsection A.2.
Second.
I have a second by Ms. Boone. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, roll call, Madam Clerk.
Ms. Atkinson?
Yes.
Ms. Boone?
Yes.
Dr. Cotton?
Yes.
Ms. Futrell?
Yes.
Ms. McSwain? Mrs. Sessoms?
Yes.
Ms. Shoemake?
Yes.
Dr. Walker?
Yes.
Dr. Patillo?
Yes.
Vote is unanimous.
Thank you so much. We now enter the closed meeting. It's 2025-26/01. I entertain a motion at this time.
Move for approval.
Second.
Motion made by Ms. Shoemake, second by Ms. Boone. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, roll call, Madam Clerk.
Ms. Atkinson?
Yes.
Mrs. Boone?
Yes.
Dr. Cotton?
Yes.
Mrs. Futrell?
Yes.
Ms. McSwain?
Yes.
Mrs. Sessoms?
Yes.
Ms. Shoemake?
Yes.
Dr. Walker?
Yes.
Dr. Patillo?
Yes.
The vote is unanimous.
Thank you so much. Agenda item 4.2, Ms. Cheeks. Ms. Cheeks, you print copies of the committee stuff.
Yes. Was that moved to?
That was approved.
We'll get some more training, but you gonna get
So I didn't get any calls or emails in reference to changes that wanted to be made in the committee assignments. I kept them all the same. Just hand those out to you now.
Appreciate it.
So agenda item 4.2 is a roll call vote for election of a delegate and alternate to the annual convention. And listed from last year was Ms. Boone as a delegate and Leticia Assessment as the alternate. We'll entertain a motion at this time.
Move for approval.
Second.
Motion made by Shoemake, second by Dr. Walker. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, roll call vote, Madam Clerk.
Ms. Atkinson?
Yes.
Mrs. Boone?
Yes.
Dr. Cotton?
Yes.
Ms. Futrell?
Yes.
Ms. McSwain?
Yes.
Mrs. Sessoms?
Yes.
Ms. Shoemake?
Yes.
Dr. Walker?
Yes.
Dr. Patillo?
Yes.
The vote is unanimous.
Thank you so much. Agenda item 4.3 is election of a director and an alternate for the governing school. Last year was Dr. Walker was the director and Ms. Futrell was the alternate. I entertain a motion at this time.
Move for approval.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Shoemake, second by Ms. Boone. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, roll call, Madam Clerk.
Ms. Atkinson?
Yes.
Ms. Boone?
Yes.
Dr. Cotton?
Yes.
Mrs. Futrell?
It's coming, Lord. Yes.
Ms. McSwain?
So cool.
Mrs. Sessoms?
Yes.
Ms. Schumate?
Yes.
Dr. Walker?
Yes.
Dr. Patillo?
Yes.
The vote is unanimous.
Thank you so much. Agenda item 4.4 is election of a representative and an alternate for WHRO Governing Board of Directors. Last year, Dr. Walker was the representative and Ms. Atkinson was the alternate. Entertain a motion at this time.
Move for approval. Second.
Motion made by Ms. Boone, second by Dr. Walker. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, roll call, Madam Clerk.
Ms. Atkinson?
Yes.
Mrs. Boone?
Yes.
Dr. Cotton?
Yes.
Ms. Futrell?
Yes.
Ms. McSwain?
Yes.
Mrs. Sessoms?
Yes.
Ms. Schumate?
Yes.
Dr. Walker?
Yes.
Dr. Patillo?
Yes.
The vote is unanimous.
Thank you so much. Agenda item 4.5 is election of a representative and alternate for CSEP. Last year, Dr. Walker, I believe, was the representative. No, Ms. Futrell's representative. Dr. Walker was the alternate. I entertain a motion at this time.
Move for. Move for approval.
Motion made by Ms. Schumate, second by Ms. Boone. Is there any discussion? Seeing that, roll call, Madam Clerk.
Ms. Atkinson?
Yes.
Mrs. Boone?
Yes.
Dr. Cotton?
Yes.
Ms. Futrell?
Yes.
Ms. McSwain?
Yes.
Mrs. Sessoms?
Yes.
Ms. Schumate?
Yes.
Dr. Walker?
Yes.
Dr. Patillo?
Yes.
The vote is unanimous.
Thank you so much. Agenda item 4.6 is a roll call vote election of representative for the Access College Foundation. That was Ms. Atkinson was a delegate and Ms. Sessoms was the alternate. I entertain a motion at this time.
Move for approval. Second.
Motion made by Shoemake, second by Ms. Boone. Is there any discussion? And none, roll call, Madam Clerk.
Ms. Atkinson?
Yes.
Mrs. Boone?
Yes.
Dr. Cotton?
Yes.
Ms. Futrell?
Yes.
Ms. McSwain?
Yes.
Mrs. Sessoms?
Yes.
Ms. Schumate?
Yes.
Dr. Walker?
Yes.
Dr. Patillo?
Yes.
The vote is unanimous.
Thank you so much. Agenda item 4.7, discussion / roll call vote for the travel policy. Is the policy committee present that? Dr. White?
Dr.
Well,
White.
I think we're just at the stage, does anyone have any questions? Because I'm just, waiting if there need to be some changes to be made, and then we can go ahead and vote for it, or vote against it.
Okay. I did see that, it looks like I'm not sure if it was a change since the last time we met, but I showed it made a special exception for the board chair to recognize any emergency or circumstance, to waive whatever would happen. Is that correct?
It was in there.
Okay, yeah, okay. Was it last time too?
It was always changed.
Always, it was always in there?
Yeah, we
okay.
haven't changed
Okay,
it.
good, okay. Oh, I didn't have any questions then, absolutely. I just want to make sure it was
Chair.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. I don't have any questions, Dr. White, regarding the travel policy. I do have a question. I'm looking at that we are annually allocated a certain travel budget. So I know in the past we were told that we weren't able to attend like the CUBE conferences, that we were able to attend anything COSBA or VSBA related. So are we back to being able to attend the CUBE conferences or anything non-VSBA or COSBA related?
Well, it wasn't said we couldn't attend. It was that we're no longer members of the NSBA association. So that was just that, but it wasn't say we couldn't attend.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we can put in a request to attend the CUBE conferences?
You put in a request for it, yeah.
Okay. And then another thing as far as like travel, if I know in the past, like one of our best practices was that if board members attended certain conferences, that was extended to other board members. So can we get back to like, if I request to attend an outside conference, that the email is sent out to the other board members saying, hey, do you want to attend this conference as well?
Like which conference?
Like any conference outside of the ones that we automatically talk about. We talk about the COSBA, we talk about VSBAs, but there's other conferences that board members may want to attend that they may
A
send.
board member can request to attend any conference as long as it's education related.
Right. So
Right.
that might be something that one of us may be interested in. So, if I say, hey, this looks like a great conference for the board, and I send it to you, I think the best practice was, hey, Ms. Atkinson is attending this conference. Are any other board members interested in this conference? You don't.
Saying you, yeah, if you send me something for you to go to.
But I'm saying, can it be sent out to the other board
Yeah.
members?
Oh, yeah.
The reason why I'm saying that is because if there's a board member at a conference and we not there and they're saying, hey, where's the other school board members? We weren't aware that there was another board member at this particular conference. So it's best to be in the know of the conferences that other board members attend. That way, if there's staff there, they say, hey, why aren't the other board members at this conference?
Okay, gotcha.
It's not a great look when that happens. So that's what I'm saying. Best practice would be, hey, there's a certain board member attending this conference. Does any other board members want to attend?
Okay.
And then I guess my final thought around surrounding travel with the new policy, the fact that we are being fiscally responsible, I like it. I like the update. But when we are attending conferences, I think like we should put something in place of board members coming back and presenting. We take turns and they present from the sessions they attend.
Yeah, we used to do that.
Yeah. So we want to make sure that we're not just registering for conferences, that we're actually, as board members, attending sessions. So I think that we should put back in place that we take turns and alternate with presentations.
I saw that in here too.
Anything else?
I think I saw it in here. Did y'all read it in here? What she just said? I know I read it. I thought I read it.
I don't think it was in this. Not in this particular one.
That wouldn't be part of a travel policy.
This one is just about the dollars. It's usually in another policy though.
Yeah, it would be part of a travel
This one
policy.
is just particularly on the funds, and then if you don't go, making sure we have something in place for not attending. What am I?
Anything else?
I had a question. To piggyback off of Ms. Atkinson, in regards to sharing the information for a conference, is that a conference that's paid for by the school board or just in general?
No, that's paid for by the school.
Oh, gotcha.
board.
Oh, that's a good question. Because I know I pick a lot of my own stuff.
Yeah.
I'll be all day gonna work. You be at
Anyone else? All right. We do have it down for a vote. Entertain a motion at this time.
Move for approval. Second.
Motion by Ms. Shoemate, second by Ms. Boone. Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call, Madam Clerk.
Ms. Atkinson?
Yes.
Mrs. Boone?
Yes.
Dr. Cotton?
Yes.
Ms. Futrell?
Yes.
Ms. McSwain?
Yes.
Mrs. Sessoms?
Yes.
Ms. Shoemate?
Yes.
Dr. Walker?
Yes.
Dr. Patillo?
Yes.
The vote is unanimous.
Thank you so much. Agenda item 4.8, should have been 4.7. But it's the committee assignments. They're all the same from last year. Did any discussion in reference to that? All right. Agenda item 4.9 is recognition of VSBA School Board Clerk Appreciation Week, February 16th through the 20th, 2026. We have it down for recognition. We have
I don't have them.
you didn't give it. It's in here. Did we print it out?
It's in board docs, I believe.
I know, y'all supposed to print it out so we can.
Present it to the board.
Do that on the diet. I was supposed to print our own certificate out.
I'm gonna present virtually.
At the big meeting, we got to do y'all like that.
Yeah, so what makes we do it officially?
We wanted to wait for everybody to be there.
Dr. White gonna read it all.
Whereas.
What makes we present that?
I love it. Get you in it, right?
Dr. White, he gonna read it out.
He gonna be there whereas.
I'm gonna say it a couple
He voted. He was like, what the heck? He get to read it.
I know we cut Dr. White off.
Agenda item 4.10 report superintendent's estimate of needs for the 2026-27 budget. This is just superintendent's estimate of needs. We will take this individually and go through it, thoroughly and come out with your feedback.
Chair, hope safety. Real quick. The parents are still out there. Did you want to tell them that we are?
This matter with you.
Yeah, for real.
This matter with you. You good?
She ain't here.
This matter with her.
Yeah, she got
She said she ain't never scared. What?
Sorry, Jillian, you want somebody to go with you? Okay.
Don't worry about it. Like,
Sorry.
Apparently. Better food you now.
All right.
catch them on the street.
All right, good evening, Chairman Patillo, Vice Chair Cotton, members of the board. Let me first acknowledge the efforts of everyone that got us here tonight. First, as board members, thank you for sharing your priorities for the upcoming year and where you would like to see a budgetary focus. Similarly to the cabinet members, I appreciate your time and reflection for your respective departments to see where we have gaps and where we have required needs to meet. I also want to thank our budget and finance team who takes those requests and finds as best as possible the ways to make them actionable in our budget. It is no small task and one that requires great care and calculations. It is only fitting that I now turn the presentation over to our Chief Financial Officer, Mr. Theodore Falk, to detail our current budget numbers.
Good evening, Chairman Patillo, Vice Chair Cotton, members of the school board.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm happy to be here tonight to give information about superintendent's estimates and needs for FY 26-27. The board is obviously well acquainted with how our fund structure is, but to give the public just a good view of what funds we have and how they're structured and what we use them for. So the heart of our budget is the general fund. It encompasses 80% of our total budget for the year. It is all of our day-to-day operations for revenues and expenditures, and it is the largest fund that we use. The next largest fund we have is the risk management fund at 8%. That's the fund that manages our health insurance, our workers' comp, our property and casualty insurance, and any of those risk management items that we have each year. The next fund that we have in the budget is the grants fund, which simply that. It accounts for all our federal, state, local, and other grants like Title I, special ed, Perkins, or vocational education. That's 7% of this total budget. The next fund is the cafeteria fund, which funds all of our food services activities for the nutritious meals that we provide to our students each and every day. And then lastly, at 1% is our textbook fund, which encompasses all of those activities for our state mandated textbooks that we are funded for and we have to purchase, and materials, instructional materials for our students. So this slide gives you a good view of the total actual dollars for all 5 of those funds. For the rest of this presentation, we focus on the general fund, but wanted to give you an idea of the amounts for each fund, just so the board and the public can see how they're encompassed. The total is $305.5 million, encompassing the general fund at $245 million. Risk management fund is $23.8 million. The textbook fund is $1.8 million, cafeteria fund $12.9 million, and then our recurring grants in the grants fund at $22 million. So here's a closer look of our operating budget for this year. As you can see, the 26-27 budget is approximately $245 million. Last year's budget was $230.5 million, so it's roughly a difference of $14.5 million. This budget includes initiatives that were given to us by you guys, the school board, as well as staff, the community as a whole, and any other input that we received. Obviously, our priorities, as Dr. Bracy will allude to later, are overall employee salary increase and funding to support our staff positions. As always, we always try to have a budget that focuses on student achievement as well as focusing on student supports as we continue to support all the needs of all of our students. This budget also includes initiatives related to the Virginia Department of Education mandates as well as requirements that they provide to us each year. We've also provided funds to enhance instructional programs to deliver instruction. Our buildings need money. So our buildings, our infrastructure, buses, vehicles, any of our particular buildings and school division services that we need to provide funding to. And then lastly, technology, because technology is always changing, it's always moving, so we have to keep up and adapt to our current and future technology standards. Later in this presentation, Dr. Bracy will walk through those specific additions that we have made to this budget, and those additions allow us to address the priorities that were made very clear to us by our stakeholders. So in short, we've always worked to put together a conservative budget of need. We try to make sure that we upgrade and make additions in areas to ensure that our students receive quality educational experiences that they so richly deserve. So now we'll get to the specifics of that recommendation in a few minutes, but let's look at our current funding. So as we finalize this plan, we always start with the governor's proposed budget, which comes out usually in December every year. This year, specifically December 17, 2025. This is the first year of a biennial budget and a benchmarking year. Obviously, what starts in this budget will change. The General Assembly will probably change some things, as well as when it goes back to the governor. So we're using what we have best now to make sure that we can use what funding we see now. But obviously in a budget, it probably will change. And we're closely watching, and we'll always bring updates to you guys as we find out more things about what the state is doing. As I said, this is the first year of a re-benchmarking year. Normally, in a re-benchmarking year, that's a whole lot of money. Usually you see a large outpouring of money because they re-benchmark, they've changed standards, estimates, so on and so forth. Unfortunately, I can't tell you that this year. The state did not provide usually billions. This year, it was a lot less than that. It actually, statewide, was about $412 million. They just didn't. I don't know what happened. Nobody can explain it, but it wasn't as much money as we've seen in past years. And then also statewide enrollments are down. So not only did they have a re-benchmarking that was lower, then they subtracted off of re-benchmarking for the lower enrollments. So I know in my history, I haven't seen a re-benchmarking this low in a long time. One of the other things that they do, they always, as I said, average daily membership. They also look at sales tax and lottery revenue. Well, usually you see more in those areas too. Well, this year we see more in sales tax, about $37 million across the whole state in a re-benchmarking year. But then lottery went down by about $13.6 million, so it's lower. It's the whole state, but it's the trend and indicative of why you don't see a lot more revenue as we go through this process. One of the other things that happened this year is that the LCI is redone every 2 years. Our LCI, I think we talked to City Council about this last year, about as property values go up and as more revenue comes in the city, we may see a decrease or increase in the LCI, which would mean we get less money from the state. Right. Well, it happened. Our LCI went up from 0.2369 to 0.2439. Can't quantify that because the bases are different, but the bottom line is if it goes up, you get less state money. So we see that as well. And then also, one of the other things in the governor's proposed budget, he put in a 2% raise for SOQ positions only. I always have to make this caveat. Salary increases in the governor's budget only fund SOQ positions as defined by VDOE. So that is not every position we have. It's only the minimum standards at the state level. So it does not cover all the positions needed to operate an effective school division. So let's look at our revenue picture for this year. So as you know, the largest amount of our funding comes from state school funds. We closely monitor this all year as it's the primary determinant of the amount of money we receive from the states. Any increases to LCIs I just talked about, decreases to enrollment will affect our state revenues. So our state revenue for 26-27, state funds and state sales tax funds approximate about 144.6 million. Our state funding is basically flat from last year, pretty much about the same. It's roughly a decrease of about $60,000, but that's not normal in a re-benchmarking year. Why? As I said, one, the LCI went up, and then number two, there wasn't as much money in the re-benchmarking as it has been in prior years. We included the city's estimated funding at $82.9 million, which is the funding that we received the same amount for this year. So we left that flat at this point. Dr. Brace will discuss that further in his part of the presentation. Estimates for federal and other state funds had a slight decrease, about $56,000, because of some changes in some of the funding that we look to have from federal and miscellaneous funds. In total, our revenues total $230.4 million for all funds included, which is about $116,000 less than last year. So with that, I'll turn this presentation over to Dr. Bracy. He can give you more details on our proposal.
Thank you, Mr. Fall. I want to keep my promise to our staff from last year, and that I want to begin my estimate of needs where I focused in last year, staff compensation. Thanks to your leadership, we were able to decompress the teacher pay scales to make us the highest paying division in the region for teachers. In fact, I would encourage you to be on the lookout for a story in the Virginian Pilot next week, where we'll be featured as the highest paying division in the region.
Nice. Excellent. Yes.
You'll read about our own Epiphany Hill, a teacher at Simonsdale who left the division 2 years ago and worked in a neighboring division, but came back this year after realizing she would make $10,000 more a year at PPS, coming back to PPS. This is exactly what we need to do to attract our veteran and experienced staff members and fill our vacancy gaps. However, as I promised our staff, now that we got here, we have to make sure that we stay here. That means we must employ step raises every year to honor teacher experience, as well as avoid getting back to the same compressed pay scale we found ourselves in for years. Tonight, I'm requesting that we honor the governor's recommendation of a 2% raise, as well as a step increase for all employees. That has an estimated cost of $9.06 million. 2026-27 will be a big year for PPS as we officially open the Portsmouth Advanced Center, our PACE Center. This building is coming together nicely, and that means that we now need to move from constructing to hiring. As the board knows, the teaching positions were already built into the budget from our request last year so that we could recruit this year. However, we need to have a school nurse, 4 total custodians, an office assistant, bookkeeper, as well as a career counselor on site. There are also specific instructional materials we need to purchase for the opening of the school. That has a total estimated cost of $686,280. At PACE, we also will need 2 security officers. We're also asking for another part-time security officer at New Directions Center. This speaks to our other outstanding security need, which is to hire a senior supervisor of security to help oversee the 60 SSOs in our buildings and to help meet the increased needs of routine training and incident response. These additions have an estimated cost of $249,430. The Office of School Safety is part of our Department of Auxiliary Services. The department as a whole oversees safety, athletics, food services, transportation services, and building services. Their staffing needs are addressed in this budget as well. Specifically, I'm asking for 2 additional athletic trainers as well as 4 building services positions. One by way of converting 2 part-time building services positions to full-time and then adding 3 new full-time positions. They have an estimated cost of $394,160,000. Our Department of School Leadership, which includes our Office of Student Support Services, school counseling, and oversight of the administrative teams for our schools also has new position needs. Specifically tonight, I'm including the recommendation for an administrative assistant at New Direction Center, a 504 program specialist, a clinical mental health counselor, and an additional hearing officer to meet the increased needs we're seeing in our schools. The estimated cost of these positions are $392,900. Our final department to discuss is the Department of Curriculum and Instruction, which, as the name suggests, manages all the academic programming, supports and central staffing for teachers and learning in our buildings. In my budget recommendation, I've included the addition of a teacher quality program specialist to remove off grant funds to put in the operating budget. 2 English as second language teachers to keep us in state compliance. 3 special education teachers, for there to be 1 added at each preschool. 3 reading interventionists and 3 Read 180 teachers to support literacy growth, and a performing arts teacher to support Churchland's Performing Arts Academy, as well as the other high schools programs. The estimated cost of these positions is more than $1.3 million. This is just staffing. I'm also including for this year's increases for necessary software programs and stipends to compensate teachers serving in lead mentor roles in the schools. We also are looking to enhance the offerings of our Performance Arts Academy, which will require new materials. And finally, in seeing the success of a student reading tutor program in other divisions, we're including this as part of our efforts to support literacy by paying high school tutors to work in our elementary schools. This estimated cost of these additions are $582,700. Of course, our division has increases in software needs, maintenance costs, and subscription renewals as the year go by. This year, we're planning for increased utility costs, several technology subscriptions to renew, as well as stipends for select staff members performing in lead roles and materials to continue our ongoing work in attendance. The estimated cost is $1,864,250. Altogether, that brings my total added request to $14,601,420. As Mr. Falk shared with us earlier, we're looking at a total proposed revenues of $230,351,123, and my total proposed expenditures are $245,012,151. That means that my total request to the city will be $14,661,028. As we know, though, the operating budget is just one piece of our request to the city. We also each year provide a list of capital improvement program or CIP needs.
Yeah.
This year was no different. In our fiscal year 2027-31 5-year plan request, we submitted the following ranked needs. Number 1, construct a new K-8 school. We're anxiously awaiting the finalized plans to build a new K-8, which will help us fully cement our middle school concept and close the outdated Churchland Elementary School. This has a total estimated cost of $85 million, and we're optimistic that the school will be completed and open in the year of 2030. Mobile classrooms is the second, and we're looking at mobile classrooms at 3 current middle schools. We want to move the middle school model and get our 6th grade to the middle school instead of staying in elementary schools. In order to do that, though, we need to add mobile classrooms at each of the current middle schools to allow for the additional grade level. This has a total estimated cost of $9 million. Central office relocation. This is a multi-option project. As you may know, the city has shared that there will be a new City Hall building in 2028, which is where the school administration currently operates out of. We've been advised that the schools will not be included in the new City Hall building when it's constructed, which means we will need to relocate. Right now, there are a number of options on the table.
One past the
Wait, hold on.
They were straight up with it.
Yeah, they were straight up.
There are a number of options on the table that include the renovation of S.H. Clark, the renovation of Emily Spawn, and others that are still being explored. Each option will be a multi-million-dollar investment, and currently and certainly a major construction project. We're set to discuss this further at this weekend's joint retreat with the city. Fourth is a new Churchland Middle School. We're requesting a replacement to Churchland Middle School building. This would not impact the middle school model, but would provide a much-needed replacement for a building featuring outdated infrastructure, which not only hinders modern education, it also causes increased maintenance and repair costs. Estimates right now on a new construction project is $55 million. Finally, at number 5, we're requesting to have the stage and auditorium renovated at IC Norcom High School, which has a total of $1.5 million. The CIP needs, as well as our operational needs, are imperative to the continued success of our school division. And I say continued specifically. There's great momentum in PPS, and we need to celebrate and keep building. For example, our class of 2025 had 310 honor graduates, and 169 graduates earned college credits through the First College program. This class earned $17 million in merit-based scholarships. They were accepted into 220 colleges and universities, including William & Mary University, University of Virginia, Duke, and Harvard. For the second year in a row, thanks to our ongoing partnership with TCC, 39 students graduated with an associate's degree before getting their high school diploma. This year's finalized partnership list showed a total of 539 school and division partners and 899 partnerships. Over the course of the past 5 years, that is a 66% increase in school partners and a 125% increase in school partnerships. The American Council. This is Black History Month. The American School Council Association and both Churchland Academy Elementary School and Churchland Middle School as having a recognized ASCA model program.
Very good.
And speaking of honors, PPS is just one of 6 school divisions in the state to be named a Purple Star School Division this year by the Virginia Department of Education and the Virginia Council on the Interstate Compact on Educational Opportunity for Military Children. I fully believe that we have so much more ahead to achieve, and this budget will be the next step to help get us there. With that, Chairman Patillo, I presented my estimate of needs, and I'm now happy to take any questions or concerns that you may have. Mr. Faulkner and I are ready to do that.
Thank you. Thanks so much, sir. I did have one initial question to start. With the increase for salaries for all employees, does this amount also include upper level administration as well, as far as the step increase?
Yes, the 2%. The 2%, the step increase is for the teachers who we put on the scale last year. Yeah. You mean, you talking about the administrators? Oh, yes.
For everybody.
Yeah.
So the step is for everybody?
Yes,
sir.
Because last year we did it for the teachers last year, and it wasn't for
everybody.
But everybody will move now.
So now it's going to be everybody.
Yes.
So will they be brought to their proper step, or you just move them up one step?
The next step.
Okay. And could you give me what the figures would be for what the next step is, what the proper step would be, so I know the difference in the cost? I just want to make sure I don't want anybody left behind. We say that for the kids, but
you want to know where it would be if they were placed on the
proper step.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the other question I had was for the mobile units. If the city were to invest in those, I think it was $9 million for that. Mm-hmm. Like, how long would it take for those to be in place? Because we're trying to get the new K-8 school as well. We're trying to get funded, so we're trying to get the school funded, and also the mobile units with a timeline clash. It took us over a year to do Victory for installation. So what would the timeline be for units for middle schools?
Well, it would be 26, 27. We're asking for the $9 million so that we can have a year to plan, get all the engineering done to be able to bring the mobile units in. So we need a year of planning to do that, but we need the funds in next year's budget to be able to do that. So those students wouldn't occupy until 27, 28 in the mobile classrooms.
So, and with hopes of having a new school by 2030.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so
And then the reason for that, why we're not trying to wait for that time, you know, in all of the advisory council meetings that I have with the parents and the teachers,
Right.
you know, there's really a need to try to get the sixth graders out of the elementary
Right.
school.
Absolutely.
For numerous reasons.
Absolutely.
So this will allow us to do that, but we don't want to feel rushed. We learned a lot from, you know, adding the mobile units over there at Starbase with that victory. So we need time to properly put a plan in place because we're looking at 3 schools that we're going to be adding. We want to make sure that we have the number of modular units that's needed,
Right.
and what that will look like, and making sure that we have it properly placed where electrical and plumbing will not be an issue as well. So it'll take planning to do it. That's why we want next year to actually have the funds to be able to put that in place for opening in 27, 28.
and Mr. Falk can probably verify, but doing a quick math in my head, about 6 million of the 14 is really state matching, pretty much, right? So it's not so. 6 out of the 14 will get the match according to what the state is requiring. ESL, reading, all in reads and all that stuff, and 2% as well, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So outside of that, we're looking at about a little under 8 million we're asked for as far as with the rest of your needs for the actual school division.
Yes.
All right, gotcha. All right. Anyone else?
I had a question. Mr. Flaw, I didn't get the amount of the pace. I got 686.
686, 280.
280.
Hold on one second.
That's what I wrote down.
686, 280, yes,
Oh,
ma'am.
thank you.
Miss Shoemake. I'm sorry, was that your only question? I'm sorry. Miss Wayne, was that your only
That was
question?
it. Thank you.
Miss Shoemake.
Really quickly, I know we're going to discuss this during Saturday's joint meeting, but I know at the last school board council liaison meeting, we spoke about the us having to pretty much look for a new building, or if we were going to build from scratch because they're looking at a new building, and of course we're not invited. So with that, what options are we looking to renovate a building more so than build from the ground up?
We're looking at all options.
Okay, and are we going to present that sooner rather than later? Because I know that they're in the process of getting proposals and all of that, and I just want to make sure that we actually do have somewhere to go once they decide to move as well.
It's in our top 5 or 10 that we've already submitted to the city.
To them? Okay,
Yes.
good.
Mhm.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
And it's an estimated cost associated
With
that
that,
as well.
which is what they asked us to provide to them during the meeting.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Miss Future, was that your only question? Miss Shoemake. Miss Shoemake, was that your only question?
It was. I'm sorry. Thank
Miss
you.
Shoemake.
Me?
Oh, Lord, Miss Future.
Again? You want me to go again? Okay.
Thank you, Chair. Okay, just a couple of quick questions. The first one is, I know in the presentation, you mentioned a position for the Senior Supervisor of Security. Is that not what the gentleman does that we talked about? Is his name James?
He's a coordinator.
He's the Coordinator of Security?
It's a different position.
Okay.
So basically, he's a one-man operation.
So he needs
trying
guidance.
to manage the 60 or more
Okay.
personnel that we have, in addition to coordinating the school resource officers as well.
Okay, all right, thank you for that. And then also, with security, full-time pace. So with this would generally be whether they're at Pace or any of our schools. Is this what the salary would typically look like?
This is salary
And benefits.
Right, Saturday.
Salary and benefits, gotcha. So, but would that be across the board at any of our schools, or is this just particularly at Pace?
You mean the costs?
Yes, the cost. Mhm.
Similar.
Similar, okay. Okay, thank you so much.
Miss Wayne.
Do we have a reason why we're getting kicked out of, kicked out? Because, I mean, wouldn't it be cost efficient for us to stay like we are? I mean, for the city, I can ask the same question on Saturday if I need to.
Yeah, you have to.
Because why are we getting kicked out?
They didn't give us an
Yeah,
answer.
yeah, you need to. It's their decision to do it.
I get it, but, I mean, we talking about the city, and if we got to turn around and spend more money just to have our own building, I'll ask them.
Yeah, well, but I think the other piece to that too, that the money that you're referring to is money that we don't have and we don't control. Because we don't control the CIP.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
if we're not invited, then I would imagine there will be some assistance
I pray.
to help us find a new home. And sure, that'll be part of this.
Part of my question.
Yeah,
Yes,
I mean,
sir.
in all fairness, in our liaison meetings, the city manager was very clear that their intent is to help us, find somewhere to go in.
We'll get them to reiterate that on Saturday.
Yeah.
I just want to know. I want to hear it for myself.
Oh, absolutely.
You should.
Totally agree.
Thank
Any
you.
other questions?
Thank you, Chair. Dr. Bracy, the stipends for staff, was that for coaches or which staff was those stipends?
The new teachers, the mentors.
Not those,
It was one that said staff. I think it was like 29,000.
yeah, it was like in the 20s.
Let me see which one that was.
29.
Increase to select stipend to
Building
29.
service.
Building services?
Yes, ma'am.
For, is that like a increase?
Just a stipend.
Just a stipend?
To bring people in the same plane in building services,
Is that one time or is that
recurring.
recurring? Okay, gotcha.
Dr. Walker.
I just got one question, Dr. Bracy. Because reading is critical, so I just want to know what are really the details surrounded around the student reading tutor program, because I know you said it'll be high school students, but with the VDOE having all those requirements that surrounded about reading, so what would be the qualifications for those students to be able to tutor those students, and just really looking at them, even like with us educators having that science of reading background, because I know that's the way the model is presented now, like how is that going into effect with that?
Well, how we got there, one of my superintendent colleagues in Maryland was sharing with me this program, and he was talking about how difficult it was to find tutors to come into the buildings when we're looking for tutors to come in and support. So what he did was he met with his CNI team and basically put in the director of counseling, and they looked at students that had performed well in those areas that were in the high level courses, AP English, something to that effect. There's some, in our case, that have taken dual enrollment English, and those are the kids that have excelled well in the area. And although we identify them because they've done well successfully on the end of course test, there's still training that they would receive as well as to what we're expecting of them when they go into the schools and work with those students. So, and that's it's twofold. The kids, the elementary kids are getting what they need. They're getting the tutor. The high school student is also providing a service, but they're also being compensated for it. But the other effect to that is these kids may or may not know what they want to do, but when they get in there and they start working with those students, that's when they decide, hey, you know what? I think I'd like to be a teacher. Okay. So it's 1, 2, maybe threefold with this. So, we're going to use it as a recruitment tool as well and make it a good experience for them as well. And I know our elementary kids will be more receptive when they see someone that they look as like a big sister or a big brother. So we're looking at that, and that's something we really want to try to see if that will work. So that's how we got there.
Thank you. Yeah, I like it. I just wanted to know thank you
works good
behind
on Virginia Beach because they we partner with Title I in Virginia Beach, and some of their students come to Head Start to read, and they also go to their kindergarten classes too. Doing that, I think it works well with them as well. So that's a good idea. Dr. Cotton.
Yeah, this goes to you or Dr. Bracy. With us being relocated, you said the city manager said that they would help us find. Does that find include fund?
Oh yeah. So in our liaison discussions, Dr. Bracy voiced the concern of us not having a building for our staff. He stated that, of course, we're not going to leave y'all without a building. We know y'all need somewhere to go. And so they're looking at options. They're asking our staff to present them with options as well with the cost, and they're working it out that way. And also at my meeting I had with the mayor, he also addressed that as well. And as far as the city helping us to make that happen, so I think they're on board to do it. We just don't know where, when, and how, but it's gonna happen.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Last question, I swear. Can we go back to the slide about the clinical mental health? You know, that excited my soul. Okay, so our clinical mental health counselor, and I get that that's the cost, including the salary and the benefits. It's going to be one, because we don't currently have anything else like that right now.
No.
So this is great, but what are we thinking of putting? Where is this person going to go, particularly, or be over?
You mean where would they be housed?
Yes. Like in one of the schools? Are they going to be in the central office? Are they going to be over the psychologist or work with them?
I think we should ask them what they be doing.
Yeah.
Like, who they working with.
I ain't want to say what they, what they doing, Dr. Bracy. Like, are they going to each school to talk to the kids that's got issues, or what they doing? We still building that?
No. You all know we've talked about this for many years.
Yes.
About trying to find someone that can provide a little bit more in-depth counseling to some of our students in need. And we always told you the issue is finding someone that's qualified to be able to come in and do that and provide those services. So this year we said we would try to see if we could find someone that could come in and work with our students. And we'll look at it based on the success of it and the need. If we have this one person, they're going to be exhausted with many needs from our students. And Dr. White and his team, they will figure out how the students will be referred for this counselor to work with them. So they're working on that. They pretty much have that plan together. But we know it's a great need.
Absolutely.
It's something that we don't have. It's something that we said in the past, if we prescribe it, and then we got to pay for it. So we're trying to go ahead and have that in-house and just see how that works out.
Okay, awesome. I love to see it. I'm excited about it because we definitely had several conversations about it. Just curious on how will we determine the greatest need, but I love that the team is going to be working on that. So can't wait to hear more about it.
Thank you, Chair. And to piggyback on when this person is hired and the student need additional wraparound services, are we going to have a pipeline of mental health providers that particular mental health counselor can refer out to?
No.
We have it now.
I think you got it now.
You got it now, right?
Yeah. You mean
not day treatment?
No. I mean like we're here to help. I think Here to Help has a pipeline.
in the Hazel Health
too, yeah.
and Care Solace.
I think. So I know you talked about Hazel Health before in the presentation before. Like with Hazel Health, they have like a pipeline of
They provide
different providers.
free telecounseling for students. It can take place at school or after school at no cost. They made that connection in Care Solace. And sorry, Dr. White, I'm touching on your topics, but Care Solace helps connect families if they want to do that, to be able to find. They're also independent counseling sessions as well. So that's been a big part of what the Here to Help campaign is kind of extended to. But Hazel Health has been a big part for, it's free for all of our secondary schools. Care Solace has been more at the elementary level to make sure that students are getting the care they need.
I guess to piggyback on that, like a Brown's mental health service provider, something other than Care Solace. Like we have mental health agencies that work directly with our students. So do we have like a pipeline of mental health providers outside of the telehealth?
I don't know if we don't have a true partnership with any outside other than the day treatment that we screen. Now, as you know, some of our students already work with different agencies after school anyway. Now, if it's a way to link that up with someone that you already work with, that's something that I'm sure will be considered. But that's something we can look into to see if that's a focus that we need to try to put in place. I mean, if that's the case, we need to look at that with an RFP to put it out there to sort of see who's interested in that. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah.
Definitely.
And just have that way we'll have our list.
Right, so
Yeah.
we can, and I was visioning like we did the day treatment providers, putting out an RFP for mental health providers. That way, that will provide that support for that mental health counselor to go
Face to
direct
face is what you're talking about.
face to face counseling.
Yeah, in person.
I'm an in-person person,
Yes.
so you know, yeah.
It's definitely.
Anyone else? Please take this. You send this. It's already in here. You upload it.
Put it in board.
Okay. And so it's going to be uploaded in board docs. Please take your time going through it. Write any questions you have so we can make our best decision on this budget.
Would you like us to email the questions or just
I would email them so you can start working on them ahead of time. And
email
then
them to you or Dr. Basin?
Dr. Briggs, I can't answer.
Just trying to follow proper order.
Here, Mr. Falk.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Agenda item 411 is our agenda review for February 26th.
Okay.
Along with that, just to reiterate, we do have our joint retreat on this Saturday, starting at 9 o'clock at the Social Services Administration Building. At 9 o'clock. That's correct, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah, 9 o'clock. And we will be discussing CIP items, which includes the office relocation. Also, items where we can work together and partner with council on some initiatives here in the future. We won't discuss the budget in detail at the retreat. We didn't want that to be the center. As the retreat was more about coming together collaboratively to see what we can do together as two bodies while also addressing some of our needs as well. So that'll give you time to also dig into the budget a little more yourself.
Can we get an agenda? So I can have my questions already ready?
It's online.
Yeah, the
agenda online?
Yeah, it should be already.
Okay, I saw the announcement. Thank you.
No problem. But I guess we can get it emailed out. It's in board docs. I thought it was okay. All right.
I got a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Chair. And this, I was meaning to ask this during our committee assignments. One of our committees have been not active because of, our current office at the state. So are we able to start it? Because I know initially that was when we had a DEI officer and we
I meant to say it. I'm glad you said that. So, and I think I mentioned it to Ms. McSwain. Who's up there? No, that's Clue. Yeah, Ms. McSwain, right? Yeah. That we will start getting that ramp back up now because she's already initiated the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion already. So
okay, so
with the state level.
So we are gonna go hire a new.
Hold on, I don't know about that.
Oh, okay.
No, I meant as far as the committee meeting again.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm not sure about. I guess that's something you all would.
Because that
come together and talk about.
That's why I asked the question, because initially when we had those meetings, it was with the DEI officer. So how are we supposed to have those meetings without that DEI officer?
My recommendation is for your committee to get together. I'm thinking Dr. Bracing here, whatever his appointee is going to be, and I think that's one of the things you all should discuss within your committee is if that should be a direction we should move into as far as hiring for that position again. I think. I mean, because
we really can't do that without the DEI officer.
Well, I mean, if you look at the committee process, but if you're going to hire an additional position, it should go through committee first anyway.
Gotcha.
And then committee presents to the board.
Okay.
Yeah. And it becomes a budget item. Yeah.
And then we're able to start back the corporate sponsorships because that's through athletics too. So all of my
I think with corporate sponsor, I think that needs to be structured. Like, what are going to be the goals You know, because it hasn't been active in so long. So,
Right.
like, what are the goals of that committee? Do we have benchmarks? You know, it has to be in line with contracts we already have with who's the Under Armour? Who's our
Because
contract with?
initially it was for athletics, right?
Right.
So is it still going to fall under athletics or the division as a
I
whole?
think it should incorporate everything. You know, you may be able to find sponsors for STEM projects, for robotics teams. You know.
Yeah, that could be. Okay. Thank you.
But any other questions at all? All right. If there are no other questions, this meeting is now adjourned.